coffee break with me. Woo! Hi guys! Welcome back to my channel. How are you today? Happy first get ready with me of the new year. I don't know why I thought I would put happy in front of it. It just made sense. I feel like at the beginning of the year, you could basically like attach happy to anything and it's exciting. I see you guys looking at my dry shampoo. Stop it. I see you looking, please. And that loud crunching that you hear, if you're new to my channel, welcome. I'm Danny and I have 4 dogs. So that loud crunching is one of my dogs eating because they essentially live in my studio. So let's go ahead and get started. This is the very first Get Ready With Me of the year. And of course it's gonna be just as long, maybe even longer, because we're using new products. We're using all new products. Okay, maybe not all new, because you guys know there are some that if I don't use them, I get a little compulsive and manic and a little freaked out and a lot of anxious. So we're gonna try and use all new products, including my very new beauty blender. How cute is this? Like, is this limited edition? Because if it is, they'll take a piece of my heart with them. Beauty blender, for the record. This is the Beauty Blender Chill. How pretty is that color? I hope it's not one of those that like fades after you wash it a few times and the color fade. Actually, if the color fades, it might be the color of my walls eventually. Actually, you can fade. Just don't let me tell you how to live your life. You live your life. So some of the new products we are going to use, I haven't even swatched, so this is why this video might be a little bit longer than anticipated, because I haven't actually figured out which ones will fit my face. So in this video, we're going to talk about New Year's resolutions. We're going to talk about me quitting COL-LAB. We're going to talk about dating. Do you see how I just like casually drop that in there and then I just don't even say anything else about it? You know what, you guys? When it comes down to important stuff, I am like the guy on The Matrix. I don't know his name because I've never actually seen it. I just know that scene in The Matrix. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's how good I am at avoiding important things. Anyway, so for primer, cross your fingers that the Laura Mercier Foundation Primer in oil-free is good for my face. Because you know how I feel about the Hourglass male, y'all know where my mind is at. You know how I feel about the Hourglass Veil Mineral Primer. Oh, goodness gracious. Clearly, I am unprepared. All right, guys, so just put on primer. Just put on primer, and I'll see you in a few. This primer feels interesting. It's like, it feels like a moisturizer, but a little bit like a primer. I don't know. I feel like it's getting absorbed, and then it's feeling more and more like a primer, but at the beginning, it's more like a moisturizer. It feels kind of nice. It smells a little weird, but yeah. It smells a lot of weird. Not bad, just weird. Can I stop smelling my hands? Like, okay, Danny, we get it. It smells weird. Then I need a corrector, and I actually got these Kevyn Aucoin Etherealist Super Natural Concealers a while ago, and one says it's a corrector, like that's literally what it's called, corrector, and then the other one is in the shade 2 or light, so I thought these would be cool as my concealers. We'd go in with the corrector on my panda eyes, which are actually not too bad today. Just go with it. Just pretend they're actually not that bad. So that's a cool corrector shade. Actually, it's kind of spot on. I'm used to using creamier concealers, like thicker creamy concealers, you know what I'm saying? Not like watery ones like these. Watery just sounds negative. You know what I'm saying. I should put that on a t-shirt and a mug. You know what I'm saying. That's like my thing. When I can't explain myself, when my like English doesn't kick in, I'm like, you know what I'm saying? Explain it to yourself, because I'm very bad at describing. Then I'm squeezing out all the excess water from my beauty blender. And then I'm going to use it to, I was just gonna use my finger, but I'm like, Danny, you just got a new beauty blender. You gotta use that sucker for everything. Actually, this is kind of nice. Look at that. Super nice. I wonder if it actually dries. Yeah, it's actually drying. You know what? I was super terrified that it was going to be like the ColourPop ones. You guys, those ColourPop concealers got so many great reviews, and I tried. I've really tried. Honestly, you guys, I tried. I tried to use them. I tried to like them, and they are horrendous. I think they would be really good for people with like oily skin. You know what I'm saying? Because they're very heavy, and they really dry on the face. Like, I mean, dry. So I'm just putting the corrector on the darkest parts of my eyes. I already feel like this is not going to be a look that lasts all day. I just feel it. And I think it's partially because I'm already familiar with the products that I like, and I don't know how these are going to perform, so I'm going to be like extra critical on them. Okay, I'm not that crazy about that corrector, but we're just going to roll with it. Then I have a couple of face products from Charlotte Tilbury. Charlotte Tilbury sent over the Unisex Healthy Glow Summer Tint Moisturizer, their Magic Foundation, and their Light Wonder, which is a youth boosting perfect skin foundation. I wonder if these are like full coverage, medium coverage, what are they? What's happening here? Okay, so this one says perfect coverage in the lightest air breathable formula. This one says full coverage demi matte. And then this one says, it's just a BB cream, right? Like a tinted moisturizer. Okay, so let's find our right shade in the super full coverage one. Actually, I wonder if this is my right color. Medium? I don't think I'm ever medium. That is just way too dark. Do I even need to open it? All right, so I got this foundation in medium, and it's just too dark. It's not gonna work because my tan has faded. Everyone, let's have a funeral for my tan. So we're gonna have to do a little hybrid or a little mix of the Magic Foundation with the Healthy Glow, just because, you know, I don't like super full coverage products. Okay, this is 3.5 fair. That's offensive. And then this is 5 medium. Oh no! Am I gonna have to mix 3 products? This is crazy. Oh man. All right, what color is this? It's just a one color, right? It's just a one shade. Oh, you guys. What if I am the fair? Oh no, oh my god, I should stop talking crap and I should just open it, and it's probably my color, and then I should just pretend that I'm okay with it. All right, alert the presses, I am fair. Yay! Anyway, I get so many comments saying that I should just love my skin and I should be happy about it and I should stop complaining about being so fair. And I'm like, bro, I am not complaining. I just like making jokes when I'm tan because it's funny. All right, well, I'm gonna tell you something that's gonna make me sound super douche-tastic, but I love everything about myself. My like super loud baby waking laugh, like I'm that girl that laughs at restaurants everyone looks at and is like, whoa. You know, I love everything about myself, even the things that people or I would consider flaws, because I feel like you have one life, and if you're focusing on all the stuff you don't like, that's time you're wasting, and you could be focused on other things that make you happy, that are better. And I mean, the good always outweighs the bad. Let's be honest, you guys. Okay, so I took a little bit of the BB cream and I mixed it in with the foundation, and I'm hoping that it's gonna work. And if it doesn't, well, there's always soap and water. Oh my god, I think this might be too light. But we're just gonna roll with it. You know what? And I have a long day ahead of me too. I have to go out and like see humans. So this should be very interesting. Anyway, so I know the thing that you guys want to talk the most about is me going gluten-free and quitting sugar. I know that's what's been weighing heavy on your hearts, and you're just dying to know all the details, right? So I didn't make any New Year's resolutions this year. I was like, resolutions are whack. Because then if you don't keep them, holy paleness of life. I wonder if I keep blending it, if it'll actually get darker. There's chunks in it. Oh my god. There's little chunks in it. What's happening? Do you see that? Look, if I rub the little chunks, it's like beads of color. Is that supposed to happen? Do you see that? Oh my god, hold on a second. Okay, watch. Do you see that color that's like coming out? That's weird, right? Is that part of like the tinted moisturizer? Is that part of like the magic? Or is my face bleeding? Oh my god, this is so weird. Should we just go for it? Let's just go to town. Let's just do it. See what happens. Maybe it's not working because I'm using a beauty blender and you're supposed to use your fingers. You think? Oh well. If this is one of those self-adjusting, I didn't know that the color spheres that they used were black and red. That's kind of weird. How is that self-adjusting? No one has black and red skin tone, unless you're that guy from like those comic books. All right, so the Kevyn Aucoin concealer is not my fave. I already put that in the mom, sister-in-law pile, see if it works for them. Then I probably shouldn't have mixed the these two products. Definitely not a good idea, but I'm gonna give it a chance. Look how pale my face is. I don't know about the primer yet. I'll have to check in later in my blog. As far as the face product goes, the Magic Foundation and the Healthy Glow, this is so bizarre. Like those colorful spheres in there are very weird. I probably shouldn't have mixed these two, so in order for me to get a good opinion, I should probably use them on their own. But so far, I really don't like it. As it's dried on my skin or set, it's looking better, but I don't think it's gonna look that much better. I'm kind of scared to try any other concealer, so I'm just gonna go in with my tried and true, where are you guys? Here we go. My tried and true NARS Radiant Creamy Concealer in Custard, and I'm gonna focus that on the darkest parts of my under eye. And then I'm gonna go in with like 2 or 3 little drops of Shape Tape in Light, which is a little bit too light for me, but considering I'm fair, Charlotte Tilbury, I don't know how fair I am though. So just like a couple little drops of this shade. Gotta spread that out. And then again, my beauty blender, bump it underneath the eyes. Oh yeah, so I was telling you guys, right, that my New Year's resolutions, you guys are super interested in hearing that. I didn't make any because I feel like the type of person that I am, I'm just way too hard on myself. If I say I'm gonna do something and I don't do it, like I beat myself up over it. Like I'm my own whipping boy, you know? And so I'm like, yeah, I can't live that life. So I don't usually set New Year's resolutions. Like I have intentions, but I have intentions every day when I wake up in the morning, whether it's, you know, noticing the kindness in others, or being extra helpful, or making eye contact. Like I have intentions for the day that I make for myself. And then I guess in general, the new year is a new opportunity to just be better than you were the previous year. But with that said, that also goes for every day. All you need to do is focus on being a better version of yourself than you were yesterday. It's simple. Focus on kindness, forgiveness. Those are like my usual go-tos, right? But this year I was like, you know what? I feel like I've existed on half. I feel like I've just been existing. I feel like I haven't fully functioned in a healthy way. I feel like I've just learned to live with sick me. And so I want to take better care of myself. I want to go back to like my nutrition roots, where I was cognizant and aware that food was for sustenance, not for comfort. It's not for when you're bored. It's not for when you're sad. It's not for when you're happy. Food is sustenance. Food is like the fuel you give your body. And so the junk that you put in there is going to reflect on how you feel. And so I've known my entire life that I can't process sugar. I can't handle sugar, no matter what form it's in, whether it's like in dairy products in the form of lactose, or it's in a very heavily processed like cake or cookies. I know that I've never been able to handle sugar. I just live on it because I love it so much. It makes me so happy. So sugar exists in all things, whether it's fruit or bread or beer. All the things that I love have sugar. And I don't know if it's that I love them because they have sugar, but that's just how it's always been. So for the new year, I was like, you know what, Danny? It's time for you to act like a grown-up. And you need to stop eating gluten, and you need to stop eating sugar. So I'm currently going through like a sugar detox, and I'm also not eating anything that contains gluten, which means I'm not eating anything. No, I'm just kidding. You guys, I am so cranky, it makes me want to murder. I can't have anything that I like. I can't have anything that makes me happy. I can't eat anything that just, like I would look forward to going to certain restaurants because of their cake, or because of their pasta, or because of I can't have anything, you guys. Luckily for me, I've always been a fan of healthier foods. Like, I naturally crave things like spinach and asparagus and broccoli. Like, I love healthy foods. I crave them, but I also crave sugar and I also crave bread. So it's been about a week now that I've done a no sugar, and I mean no sugar. Like, no starchy vegetables, no sugar. Like, I can't even eat a damn carrot. I haven't felt a difference in how I feel, but I don't know. We'll see. It's a detox, right? I think it takes about 45 days to like actually be completely free of all sugars, especially processed ones. Or rather, not to be clean of them, but to not crave them anymore. So it's going to be a long road ahead, and I'll probably be posting a new Get Ready With Me next week where I'm like, sugar's awesome! I fell off that wagon. Okay, a little excess translucent powder underneath my eyes so that we can do our eye makeup. And for eye makeup, it's not a new product to me. I've actually used it about 3 or 4 times now, but I want to keep using it because I want to have enough samples or tutorials or looks using the palette so I can give you guys like a little photo collage of inspiration when it comes down to the palette. So we're going to be using the Too Faced Chocolate Gold palette. But before we do that, I'm going to do my brows off camera. And then I'll be right back. All right, so let's get started with the eyes. I'm going to go in with Rollin' in Dough. That's this matte shade right here. And that's going to go underneath the brow bone. I'm actually not wearing any eyeshadow primer because I just put whatever foundation and concealer and stuff that I had left over on my beauty blender. Do you guys remember when I was just look, I got eyeshadow on my eyebrows. Nice. It smells like all the other chocolate bar palettes. And I was reading the specs on this palette, and apparently it's made with real gold. Would we expect anything else from Too Faced though? They're so extra. So apparently there's actual gold in the palette to give it a luxurious high shine. And then we're gonna go in with the color So Bougie. That's this color here. And a big fluffy blending brush. And that's gonna go as our transition shade. Nothing too crazy. I actually want to do a sparkly color as my crease color. I know that's a little weird, but I actually saw this picture on Instagram where basically the entire look was done with shimmery shadows, and it looks so pretty. Super, super pretty. Okay, my brush is a little dirty. Should I use this one or should I use one from MAC? Let's use a MAC one. MAC 217. This is my Vera Mona color switch. I swear by this thing. Thank God it's available in like other brands. If you're not able to find this, it's actually available at Sephora now, but if you can't get to a Sephora, other brands have made it now, and it's such a lifesaver. Okay, then I'm gonna go in with, ooh, this is a tough one. Let's do Love and Cocoa. That's this color right here, right on the edge. And I'm gonna apply that as a crease color. Oh, well, look at that. It's not that easy to blend. Actually, yes it is. Spoke too soon there, guys. Spoke too soon. These are foiled shadows, so they're a little different. This reminds me of the Subculture palette, where you can't just go in with your same mentality, like, oh, it's an eyeshadow, so I'm just gonna use it like I use all my eyeshadows. It has a little bit of a learning curve because they are foiled eyeshadows. So once you get your little tricks down, it's super easy. All right, I'm delaying the inevitable. So why did I quit COL-LAB? COL-LAB is a brand that, and it's funny because you guys just barely heard about it in October, and I'm already like, oh, I quit COL-LAB. It's been going on for a very long time already. There was a lot of behind the scenes involved, a lot of, you know, product development and photo shoots and things like that. And so for us, for me and these 7 other collaborators, it's been going on for a very long time, but the information or the brand was only launched until this October. So it's like, what do you mean you quit, Danny? Yeah, after much consideration and deliberation and everything, I just thought it was the best decision for me, you know, for me, for my channel, for my brand, for where I'm headed, for the way that I like to run my business. I don't know. I've never been one that's motivated by glitz, glamour, names, big names, money, you know. I've just been one that does things that make me happy. If it's something that makes me happy, I will continue to do it. If it's something that doesn't make me happy, then I'll stop doing it. It's kind of like a shoe, you know? You buy a shoe and you really love the shoe and you're like, holy moly, this is the best shoe I've ever had in my life. You wear it for a day and it hurts. I'm not the type of person that's gonna keep wearing that shoe. I don't care how cute it is and I don't care how much money I spent on it. If it hurts, if it's uncomfortable, I'm not gonna wear it again. And the same goes for certain life choices and things that I do in my life, people that I allow in my life. You know, if it's no longer making me happy or if it's just not the right fit, then I part ways with it. I think it's the best decision, because then it starts to show and translate that your heart's not in it. And I want it to be as genuine and integral as possible. After all, that's what this whole channel is about, is honesty and remaining ethical and, you know, direct and as integral as I can with you guys and, you know, what I believe in and stuff like that. I'm still gonna keep using the products because, dude, I had a lot to do with contributing to that product development, and the products are top notch. They're amazing. I'm just not gonna be a part of like the face of the brand anymore. Okay, we have a lot of blending to do, but in the meantime, I'm gonna go in with Classy and Sassy. That's this rose gold right here with my finger, and I'm gonna apply that all over the lid. So just use your finger. Some of these shadows are best applied just using your finger. It's such a weird texture. I'm gonna do a whole review video on it. Actually, the review's probably already up on my channel. I'll link it in the description box below. But I'm doing a whole review on it, the texture of the shadows and the best way to use this palette and stuff. I haven't seen a lot of people talk about it, which is kind of a shame because I really like it. I feel like it's one of those fun palettes that you guys should own. If you're not into like bright colors, like if you don't want to have the Urban Decay, I was gonna say acid palette, that's sleek. The Urban Decay, what's it called? You know what I'm talking about? Electric, the electric palette. This is kind of a safer version of that. So instead of doing like hot electric neons, you're gonna go in with a lot of really, 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 really shimmery foiled jewel tones. Yeah, so it was a really easy decision for me. There wasn't a lot of overthinking that I had to do, you know what I mean? It's just, I don't know, I was just really sure that that's what I wanted. And I think one of my favorite memories of the whole thing was getting so close to the 7 other influencers. I wouldn't have otherwise met these people, and they're so sweet, so amazing, they're so inspiring. So whoever decides to continue on is, you know, has total my complete blessing. And I'm actually looking forward to continuing to support the brand and see what new products they come out with. So right now, my focus for the new year is obviously my health, my family, and then just doing things that, you know, are positive and give me light and love and focus and motivate me, inspire me. Not anything like just even the remote thing that gives me stress, anxiety, upsets me, you know, is just a burden as opposed to a blessing. I feel like that can stay in 2017, you know? Anyway, so that's it. I don't know if I have any more juicy gossip to share with you guys. I'm not sure I'm digging this too much. Maybe if I add Rich Girl, that's this color right here. Maybe I'll add some Rich Girl on the center of the lid. How does that look? Let's see. All right, that works for now. We might change it up or put on some liquid liner or something. After all, it is the new year. New year, new me. Just kidding. New year, same me. Except I'm extra grumpy because I want sugar. I'm not happy how my eyeshadow up here blended. I feel like it's chunky. I'm not digging it too much. Okay, we need to fix it. So how are we gonna fix it? Let me take my giant fluffy blending brush, and then I'll take a combination of these 2 colors here, the lightest and the mattest colors in the palette, and we'll kind of soften this crazy situation happening here. Especially on this side. Holy moly, what was I thinking? I was probably talking about sugar when I did this eye. Okay, now we're gonna do a wing, and to do the wing, I'm gonna use the COL-LAB Ink Addict Liner Pen in Illicit. It's a dark brown. This is where I add suspenseful music and fast forward through it so that you don't actually know. It takes me like 25 minutes to do wings that don't even match. You ready? Oh my God, I'm nervous. Well, my Ink Addict COL-LAB liner pen or whatever is dry for some reason. I must have left it uncovered. I couldn't get it to flow like at all. So I'm gonna try the Loreal Super Slim 12-hour Infallible. 12 hour, look at that. Doesn't that look dangerous? Oh my God, I'm scared. All right, let's do this. Oh man, yeah, rightfully so. Rightfully so. You never know. I haven't even swatched it. I probably should have swatched it first. You know how some liquid liner pens are very juicy and they like, what's that? When they start to, when the ink starts to feather out, especially if you have lots of fine lines. Not saying I do, but I do. And so with ink pens, it's so hard for me to find one that doesn't, you know, showcase all my texture. Not bad, Danny, not bad. Now let's do the other one. All right, you guys, we can do this. We can do this. New year, perfect wing liner. Is that even a thing? Did I just make that up? Like if it was? Probably not, huh? All right, I can dig it. I'm kind of feeling it. Now I'm going to take the wrong brush, apparently. I'm going to take a brush and dust off all the excess powder off of my face. Now we're gonna do mascara, and I have two. In case one is awful, then I have a backup, and if that one's awful, then I'll just go back to my tried and true Rimmel Lash Accelerator, which Ulta doesn't carry anymore. What the snatch. Let's try the Maybelline Total Temptation. The brush is pretty cool, so I'm hopeful. Do you see that? Pretty cool, right? It feels like it's gonna be a really dramatic mascara. Nailed it. It's totally dramatic. That's really cool. Liking it so far, although it's kind of a chunky brush, so I think I'm going to get it all over my eyelids. I wonder if this one comes in different colors. The packaging's adorable too. This is in the shade, it doesn't say, so maybe it just comes in black. That's a really pretty mascara, isn't it? Look at that. That's one coat. Let's do the other side. The one thing I did notice about this mascara is it's already a pretty dry mascara, so it doesn't have, I feel, much life in it. I like to start off with a wetter mascara because I feel like it lasts longer. It starts to dry out slowly. If you start off with a thicker, drier mascara, it's really not going to last that long. Not to mention, it doesn't really tame your lashes. All right, so that's one coat. I'm really, really, really liking it. So far, so good. If I hadn't done wing liner, you could actually see how good it looks. Holy spidery lashes, Batman. Can we talk about that for a second? Y'all know I'm a fan of the spidery lash. This is another level. This is another level of extra spidery. I was about to start doing my bottom lashes, and then I realized I didn't do bottom anything, but because my eyes are already very top heavy, I think I'm going to leave the bottom very light. And with that, I'm going to take an It Brushes for Ulta, the number 112, and the color So Bougie. And I'm just going to run that on the lower lash line, just to create some sort of softness. Do you guys want to hear something super funny, but a little bit enlightening and a little bit of a life update? So about a few weeks ago, I was watching a movie. So this movie was therapeutic. It was cathartic. It was basically like me spending hundreds of thousands of dollars on like in-depth therapy on myself and why I am the way I am, and you know, how I date and the choices that I make and the men that I see and stuff. In the men that I see. What am I, like Marilyn Monroe? Like what the heck? Wow. So I'm gonna tell you guys my revelation first, my aha moment, and then at the very end I'll tell you the movie, because if I tell you the movie first, then you're gonna laugh at me. So I was at home and I was super bummed out because I had another like just awful love experience, right? And I was watching this movie, and as the movie progressed, I was like, OMG, I'm that girl. I'm that girl that like is like, no, let's just keep it surface level. We don't need to get too deep in feelings and stuff. That's a little much. Like, let's just let's just be friends. We're better off as friends. And then I rant about how they friend zone me. I'm like, do they though? Because I feel like when I like someone, I start to act really obnoxious and almost like a brat until I finally push them away and they're like, okay, you're funny and all, but I have friends like you. I don't date women like you. So I was like, oh my gosh, I'm that girl, you know? And so I have this constant, like, I'm like 72 steps ahead of myself. So if I meet someone, I'm like, but could they meet my kids? But where would we live? I wonder how they act when they're angry. Or I wonder if they love their mother. You know, like I go there. I'm like, I wonder how they would be like on vacation. Obviously, these things are important. Obviously, you need to think about these things. Obviously, all of these things carry some sort of weight. But if you're just getting to know someone and you're too like far in the future thinking about potential things, potential problems or potential glitches, you're not actually getting to know someone in the present day and letting them in. You know what I mean? So I had this like moment where I was telling my friend Sam, I'm like, dude, I saw this movie and I just need to take it one day at a time. Like literally one day / one date at a time, you know? Because I went on a few dates with this guy and I was like, oh, but he's like younger than the guys that I'm used to dating. And you know, we're different religions. And, he's never dated anyone with kids. And, he works really long hours for work. That's basically the story of my life. And so I literally went through this entire list of all the reasons why I shouldn't date this person, as opposed to saying, he is such a gentleman, he is so kind, he's so funny, he thinks that my quirks and like my baby waking laugh is hysterical. Like, instead of focusing on all those good things that I've noticed in the present day, I was worried about things that aren't even an issue yet. So I saw this movie about this girl that when things get really serious, she totally puts up her wall and is like the mayor of Tough Guy City. And she's like, peace out, Cub Scout. I kind of like this just on the surface. I just like the prettiness on the outside, but we don't need to get all super emotional and connected. Like, no, let's not do this emotional intimacy, okay? It's too much. So I said, Sam, you know what I'm gonna do? One day at a time. That's all. I'm gonna do one day at a time, sticky notes on mirrors and monitors all over my house where it says one day at a time. Whether it's love, whether it's romance, whether it's friendship, whether it's business, whether it's weather, one day at a time. You know what I mean? And so we waste so much time like focusing on like the potentialities, is that even a word? Like the potential of something and what could possibly happen and what could possibly go wrong. I swear, I'm like the master of overthinking, but in the most catastrophic way ever. And the problem is that I don't get so far up in my head that I overthink things and then live my life. I get so far up in my head and overthink things that it starts to show in the way that I behave. And so it affects my current relationships, friendships, business, love, whatever. It affects my relationships. And I have to stop doing that, you know? And so I was like, you know what I'm gonna start doing? One day at a time. If I have fun on one date and I get asked on a second date, I'm gonna go on that second date. And then I'm gonna go on that second date. And if I have fun on that second date and that date was good, I'm gonna go on a third date. And I'm just gonna keep it going like that until it no longer fits into my life in a sensible, rational, and exciting way. You know, as long as it's loving and romantic and respectful and it's making me happy, no need to overthink things. You know what I mean? So, do you guys want to know what movie I'm talking about? You're totally gonna laugh at me. You're not ready for this. So, basically, I'm Natalie Portman. And I don't want to tell you what movie it is. Oh my God. You're like, you came to that realization, that high level psychological depthness of your life, watching No Strings Attached. Like, that's high quality cinematography, people. Okay, it's not. But you know what? It helped me in life. It helped me figure out my life. And so now I'm just like, you know what? I'm gonna go on a first date, and if it sucks, I'm gonna call it like it is. It sucked, I'm not gonna talk to you again. If it's a good date and he made me laugh and he made me smile and he was respectful, I'm gonna go on a second date. It doesn't matter what the future holds yet. You know what I mean? Like, I need to stop getting in my own way. Do you get in your own way? If you overthink things, why am I doing this? This is the mom finger. If you overthink things like I do, you're getting in your own way, and you need to stop that. Stop it. You need to stop getting in your own way. I'll stop if you stop. Deal? Shake on it. Let's do it. You guys, we really need to talk about why this video is so long. I don't have a new bronzer to try, so I'm going to go in with my tried and true Avon Glow in light bronze. I love this thing. And I'm going to use my contour brush from Real Techniques. You know what though? I need to replace this brush because it's getting sticky. Like, the handle is getting sticky. This little part that has like the silicone. I think they stopped making them with this, I think. And it's kind of yucky and grimy. So I don't know if it's one of those things where, like, if I clean it up, that is disgusting. Let's cut that out of the video. I don't know if it's one of those things where, like, if I clean it up, like with alcohol, if it's actually gonna stop being sticky or it's gonna make it even stickier. My experience with things that are silicone-y like that, and you clean them with alcohol, they get like 10 times worse. So I'm like scared to even try. Maybe I should just wrap it with tape. I can't, just stop, Danny. Just stop. That was a little tacky, a little embarrassing. But you know what? The brush still works. Surprise, surprise. I have a little fallout on my lip. That's a little weird. Every time I'm doing my contour, right, with a bronzing powder, I feel like it's not contoured enough. So I do more. And then when I actually look at myself, I'm like, why did you do so much, Danny? And then I regret it. But we're not doing that mistake today. Less is more, you guys. It's a new year. I'm gonna learn to do stuff not so much in excess, i.e. what is up with all this dry shampoo? Like, let's just move on. Let's just pretend I didn't just do that. I'm gonna use this. This is super new to me. This is the Tarte Rose Gold Blush and Glow. Blush and highlighter. I think it might be a really good match. And then I'm gonna take my Sonia Kashuk number 29. Take a little bit of that blush action. Pop it on the apples of my cheeks, and then slowly bring it back. Cheek, cheek, cheek. Back, 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 cheek, 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 back, back, back. Oh my god, I should totally do a beauty tutorial in like sing-song. This is what happens when you have small kids. Everything is like a sing-song. I turned everything into a song, you guys. It's crazy. This blush is becoming holy grail status. Oh my god, it is so pretty. Oh, you can't really tell because of my bright lights, but when I look at myself in my reflection, I really need to get my hair done. When I look at myself in the reflection, it's so stunning. It's so stunning, I can't put my brush down. Somebody stop me, please. And to keep with the novelty of this palette, we're gonna go in with the highlighter in here as well. And this is my Senna Cosmetics baby brush. This highlighter is a little underwhelming. It's a little chunky and not shiny enough for me. Yeah, aw, whack attack. I wonder what blush is in here so I don't ever have to use this palette again. Okay, dramatic. All right, I'm gonna go in with my Dandelion Twinkle from Benefit. Really pretty for like every day. It looks like you're wearing highlighter, but it looks like you're wearing highlighter for every day. Not highlighter for like the club. I would not wear this to the club because you haven't seen me at the club in like 10 years. But if I went to a club, this is not the highlighter that I would reach for. I would reach for like Mary Luminizer with glitter and setting spray. Eyes are done, face is done. Now we're gonna do lips. A little lip action. And for that, I'm using the leftover powder that was on my beauty blender. Seriously, you guys, how cute is this beauty blender? Like, I need to buy it in bulk. If it's limited edition, I need to buy it in bulk. Then I'm gonna go with some Flower Beauty products. This is the Petal Pout Liner in Rose. I'm gonna line my lips. Mama didn't raise a quitter, so I'm not gonna stop now that I've already done the bottom lip, but this is way too pink for the look that I was going for. So we're gonna have to work some magic, you guys. All right, so cross your fingers. Then I'm gonna go in with the Mix and Matte Lip Duo in the shade Honey Nude. We're gonna try the lipstick first. This is the color I was going for, not that like bubblegum pink. So we're gonna have to work our blending skills. This lip color is perfection. I wish it didn't stink. It doesn't stink. It just doesn't smell pretty. I guess I'm used to like all that artificial fake fragrance and things, you know? Then I'm gonna go in with the little lip gloss portion, but before I do that, let me take off some of that lipstick just so that it's not so thickly layered. Ooh, that's pretty. Oh man, look at that. Oh, that is so pretty. Monthly favorites for sure. All right, guys, so that is it for this Get Ready With Me. I really hope you guys enjoyed it. All of the products that I use will be listed in the description box below. But so far, if you guys are like, whoa, Danny, which ones are the winners? I'm gonna say that Tarte blush duo thing. The highlighter is not my favorite, but that blush is absolutely gorgeous. Really like the mascara, still loving that palette, but this lip color, not the actual lip liner. The lip liner wasn't my favorite, but the Mix and Matte Duo is amazing. So if you guys are at Walmart, check those out, they're really cool. But other than that, I really hope you guys enjoyed the content of this video. I feel like every time I do these videos for you guys, it's like a therapy session for myself. How many of you are going to my therapy session? Raise your hand. Does it help you at all in any way? Because I mean, you might be the girl from No Strings Attached, right? Okay, probably not, because you like better movies than I do, but that's okay. Anyway, I really hope you guys enjoyed this video. And you know what to do. If you found this video useful, entertaining, and learned something, please give me a thumbs up and subscribe if you haven't already. And until next time, this coffee break is over. Bye, guys. What was this? Was it like a doggy paddle? What's happening here? What's going on? I love you guys.